Hey, Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to episode 2 of A Day in the Life of a Lightskin. So, today I'm going to talk about the things that us lightskins often get told by people who are either jealous or have an inferiority complex, or people who are simply ignorant. Number 1, you're not that light skinned. This is one of the top comments light skinned people get told, especially if you are not white passing in particular. But the funny thing is, there's always going to be someone lighter than you. So that comment doesn't even make sense. There's always someone lighter than you, there's always someone darker than you. Notice how if a person is dark skinned, you never really tell them you're not that dark skinned because it's intuitively known that, well, yes, technically there always is going to be someone darker than them. So you don't feel the need to tell somebody who is Lupita Nyong'o's color, you're not that dark skinned, Lupita. There are other people who are darker than you. No, because it's like she's already dark skinned. She's already a part of the dark skinned category or whatever. That's how she views her skin tone. That is her experience, and that's it. But when you're light skinned, people love to call out that you're not that light skinned because in their minds, that's like a way of invalidating you and taking you down a notch because they pedestalize light skin. And so they want you to be reminded that, hey, just so you know, there are other people who are whiter than you. Therefore, they get more light skin privilege than you. But we as light skins, we already know that. If you're a light skinned person, you've already been around somebody who is lighter than you or someone who's whiter than you. But that doesn't negate your entire lifetime of experiences. And I think that when people try to tell you you're not light skinned or you're not that light skinned, they're trying to say that because they want you to feel insecure about your skin tone, just like how they feel insecure about their own skin tone. Another thing that light skins get told is you're not light skinned, you're brown skinned. So they like to throw you in and out of the brown skin category. Once again, this is if you are not white passing. They want to throw you in and out of brown skin. Notice how people love to pick and choose what the brown skin category is. I've seen people on this channel try to say that Doja Cat is not light skinned and that she's brown skinned. And I've also seen people come on this channel and say that Coco Jones is not dark skinned and that she is brown skinned. So people like to use the brown skin category to gaslight you and to try to just throw you into it. They try to create a new category. And I've noticed that now people try to create a new category called light brown skinned. So let me ask you this. If someone has a dark brown skin tone, are they dark skinned? So then why is it that if somebody has a light brown skin tone, they're suddenly not light skinned? Make it make sense. Another thing that happens in the day of the life of a light skin is people will say things like, you still have black features, or you still look black. Okay, once again, this is them trying to humble you as if light-skinned people who have European features are higher up than you on some sort of invisible beauty hierarchy, or as if people who look more white than you are somehow better than you. So once again, they're still perpetuating the narrative that the lighter you are, the better you are. The more European and white you are, the better you are. So they're just projecting their own inferiority complexes and their own internalized anti-blackness against you. Have you ever noticed how anti-blackness is not okay to use against dark-skinned unambiguous people, but people love using anti-black talking points against MLS people, mixed or light-skinned people? Another comment that happens in the day of the life of a light-skinned is XYZ other person is lighter than you. My brother's cousin's sister's neighbor, she's almost your skin tone, but she's just a little bit lighter than you. Oh, you know what? You look like my sister. She kind of looks like you, but she's lighter than you, though. Oh, you know what? You look like my ex-girlfriend, but she was lighter than you. People love calling out if someone else is just a little bit lighter than you. Why? Same reasons. Because they think that you think that you're better than them. And so they want to call out someone who's just a little bit lighter than you, just a little bit better than you. Another thing that happens in the day of the life of a light skin is if you go in the sun, you wouldn't be light anymore. Oh, look, you got a tan. Oh my God, you got darker. I told you you're not that light skinned. So once again, people are policing exactly where your skin tone is. Has anyone ever noticed how people love studying the skin tones and the undertones of light-skinned people? I don't see people keeping that same energy with an everyday dark-skinned person. You don't police when a darker-skinned person gets a tan. You don't gatekeep and track their skin tone throughout the summer, spring, winter, and fall, and track all of their foundation shades that they wear throughout the year and try to say, oh, if you went in the sun, you would get even darker. No, you don't do that to dark skinned people, but you do it to light skinned people. Oh, if you go out in the sun, you're going to be darker. And then there is my favorite talking point that people like to use against light skins. It's the you're still an N-word talking point. So they want to remind you, hey, you know what? You probably think you're better than black people. And like, just so you know, you're still black just like me. You're still at the bottom just like me. So you can hear their self-hatred in all of these comments. Like you can hear the jealousy and self-hatred and internalized anti-blackness just seeping out of these comments. Oh, you're still black. One comment that I saw somebody leave over on Julesie's channel is that she's light-skinned with dark-skinned features. First of all, what the fuck is a dark-skinned feature? Like that person's anti-blackness and self-hatred was just seeping out of that comment. So it was as if they're trying to humble you or try to tell you, hey, you're not that pretty. It's similar to people saying you're not that pretty. So these people who make comments about your skin tone, it's because deep down inside they feel like light skin is pretty. And so by saying you're not that light skinned, in their mind, it's as if they're saying you're not that pretty. Another one of my favorite comments that we get all the time is, you're delusional. No matter what you do, you're delusional. No matter what your experiences are, you're delusional. No matter what your traumas are, you're delusional. Anytime a guy likes you, it's only because he's a colorist, so you're delusional. Nobody loves you. Nobody wants you. Nobody likes you. You're just delusional. You're just a typical delusional light skin. Have any of you guys ever been told any of these comments? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.